Hello and welcome back to Tidbit of Torah. Last night at preschool back to school night, after parents had a chance to meet with the teachers and do some community learning together, our wonderful preschool directors, Danny and Jamie, invited all of us as parents to write on a wooden card the values that we want for our children in this school year. And one of the things I found to be so powerful about this exercise was that as I looked around, I noticed that what parents were writing weren't about academic achievement or about independence for their child and their learning, as much as about the interdependence and interrelationships between their child and others in the community. As one father said when I talked to him, he said, I just want my kid to be kind and to be a decent human being. This idea of common decency is fundamental to the values of the Torah. And as we see specifically in this week's Torah portion, Parshat Shoftim and the book of Deuteronomy. Shoftim is about the rules of justice, about how laws and judges and others should operate in the land once the Israelites cross into the Jordan. It's about the relationships between human beings and how no one, even the leaders, are above the laws. I think this is a powerful lesson in today's world when, frankly, there can be a real lack of common decency in our country and in the world. This idea of derech eretz, as we call it in Hebrew, which colloquially means common decency, but literally means the way of the land, derech as in way or path, and eretz as in land, is really core to the Torah and to Jewish values and how we want to instill values in our children and also our lives in terms of how we operate. It's also, interestingly, the name of the operation that freed the hostages earlier this year, derech eretz, as in the way to the land, the way home for those hostages that needed desperately to return to their families. This fundamental interconnection between the Torah and derech eretz is perhaps best articulated in Mishnah Pirkei Avot that says, Im ein Torah, ein derech eretz, ve'im ein derech eretz, ein Torah. Meaning that without Torah and its rules and values, there wouldn't be common decency. And without common decency and the way we treat one another, then there cannot be Torah and spirituality and religion. Fundamentally, they are interconnected in our lives. So as we head into this Shabbat and into a season of renewal, may we find ways of teaching our children and stepping in our lives into a deep sense of derech eretz, of common decency as core in our relationships with one another and having the highest importance in our lives and our world. Shabbat Shalom.